Hi guys, I'm back on the PTR and I'm on the Warrior because I decided to make you that Warrior video about the Warrior changes in the upcoming patch. I'm wearing the full Conquest gear, the Tyrannical Gladiators set. I don't mind the look of it. I probably won't be transmogging it because it looks alright. And if I do end up transmogging it, personally I'll be transmogging just down to the uh, Malevolent gear. I do like the look of that, or maybe the Honor gear that's current as of now. I do like the Warrior look for that. In my arms PvP DPS spec, I have 63.67% resilience and 57.13% power. If I switch over to my tanking set, I have 65.91% resilience and 50.82% power. Now on to the changes for Warriors. The benefit of haste from all items and consumables has been increased by 100% for all Warriors. That'll definitely change some things stat-wise for Warriors. I don't know if it'll actually make haste top choice or even second choice. It might remain bottom stat, but it'll definitely make it so that, because gear seemingly is kind of geared towards haste in this expansion so far, it'll make it so it's not so much of a hit to take that piece that has a bunch of haste instead of a bunch of mastery. It'll definitely be interesting. Blade Storm now provides an immunity to disarm while active. Interesting. Defensive stance now reduces damage by 15%. It was 25%. And as I will go into towards the lower end of this list here, it has been changed so Prot Warriors still get the damage reduction from it, but that's so if you're in arms and you go defensive stance to reduce the damage taken, it's not going to be quite as significant as it is now, because defensive stance is a nice thing. Most warriors will actually run defensive stance almost 100% of the time, at least in PvP. So that might change the game up a little bit in that situation. Shockwave now has a 40-second cooldown, up from 20 seconds. But if you strike 3 or more targets, its cooldown is then reduced by 20 seconds. So it is still the shortest cooldown in the tier, and it still stuns your target. So it's still, in my opinion, going to be the choice for Arena, because it's a quick cooldown and it still locks down your target. Although Dragon's Roar is a minute cooldown and it's a significant amount of damage, especially when macroed into your one shot. Second Wind now generates 15 rage. It was 20 over 10 seconds. They also were going to make it so the health regeneration effect was paused when it was stunned, but they went ahead and crossed that out. Warbringer now reduces the target's movement by 50% for 15 seconds, 8 seconds in PvP, in addition to its other effects. The 3-second knockdown stun is now in the diminishing returns category for stuns, same as Shockwave and Stormbolt, and not the proc stun diminishing returns category. So effectively, they're all going to be in the same diminishing returns category. So the lockdown chain stunning that a warrior can currently do is going to be seriously reduced. It's not going to be as effective, although they're throwing the slow in on the Warbringer effect, which I think will make it so that you can still effectively lock down your target and keep them slowed, but it's balancing out to a point where you can still do many things while you're slowed, but if you're stunned, you're stunned. So I think it's going to balance it out pretty well, in my opinion. Shield barrier now scales approximately 10% less effective with attack power. That's a decent tank nerf right there. Stormbolt now deals 125% weapons damage, up from 100%. Enrage regeneration now costs 30 rage. It was 60. Deadly Calm has been removed from the game. Glyph of Insight no longer activates from Deadly Calm, and now activates from Demoralizing Shout. Glyph of Overpower is now Glyph of Die by the Sword. It increases the duration of Die by the Sword whenever Overpower or Wild Strike are used. Death from Above will no longer increase the damage dealt by Heroic Leap. I think that what they're going for here is they're trying to get somewheres away from trying to use it as a damaging ability and just use it as a movement ability. I mean, yes, it causes some damage, but with that glyph, people were trying to use it for more damage than I think what they mean for it to have. So I think they're just trying to gear people away from Heroic Leap as used for damage and using it strictly for movement around the battlefield. Impending Victory will now heal the warrior for 15% of maximum health when they have not slain an enemy. It was 10%. For arms, Taste for Blood has been redesigned. It now causes the warrior to gain 2 stacks of overpower, a maximum of 5 stacks, when Mortal Strike deals damage. 1 stack when the target dodges, and no longer interacts with Heroic Strike. It now requires level 20, used to be level 50. Slam now deals 220% weapons damage, was 190, and now costs 20 rage, it was 30. That's interesting. I know myself and a lot of other warriors very rarely actually threw Slam into our rotation. We might actually be using that now. Overpower now costs 10 rage. Sudden Death now has a 25% chance to activate from Overpower instead of a 20% chance from auto attacks. In addition, using Execute makes Overpower free for 10 seconds. I think these changes will be good for arms. It'll bring up your sustained DPS a little bit more. It will tweak your priority rotation just a little bit. Although I haven't really messed around with too much of the combat on the PTR here, I did, however, jump into a random battleground when I got them all set up, and it was kind of funny. I got the achievement damage control right off the bat when I opened up on a warlock. Before that initial warlock was dead, I got damage control. So that was kind of fun. Alright, so Fury. Blood Surge now reduces the rage cost of Wild Strike by 30. It was 20. And its duration has been increased to 15 seconds, and it was 10. Protection. The base damage of Shield Slam and Revenge have been increased by 150%, but these abilities now scale approximately 10% less effective with attack power. Unwavering Sentinel now improves the damage reduction of defensive stance by 10% for protection warriors. Well, like I said before, that'll effectively give the protection warriors, the tanks, the full-on 25% damage reduction, and nerf Arms and Fury to only receive 15% from defensive stance, which I suppose it could have been considerable as OP to give Fury and Arms that passive 25% damage reduction. Well, this was my warrior changes for 5.2 video. If you liked it, comment, subscribe, share it, rate it, like it, whatever you do. If you want to see more of these PTR videos, let me know. If you want to see different game videos or more WoW videos or whatever, let me know. I'm down to play whatever I can get my hands on. I might be bringing you some Black Ops 2 on my Xbox if I can get that going. I plan to bring some Dungeons & Dragons Online videos to you, but that's it for now, guys. I hope you have a good day.